Hi everybody, Carol here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be doing part 2 of 12 cards, one kit, April Simon Says stamp, and I'll be making 2 cards to go with the other 10 cards that I made in my last video. So I'm starting with the stamp set that came in the kit, and it is called Hello Darling, and I'm going to use the little bicycle stamp and one of the border stamps. There are 3 little line border stamps, and I'm going to use the polka dot and put it on either side of the bicycle. So I'm going to start out with it on this side of the bicycle, ink it up with my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and stamping it off on this beautiful paper that came in the kit that's an off-white, and I just love it. So I'll mash that down and get it going. And I didn't really place the polka dots perfectly straight on the block, so it's not perfectly straight, but I think it's okay maybe to get away with. I can always redo it. And so I transfer that stamp over to another block, ink it up, and stamp on the other side of the bicycle. I will cut this down. This is a 5x7 card. Both of these cards are 5x7. And now I'm going back for another stamp. This is the sentiment that says hello there. I'm stamping it off on a piece of paper, as you can see, but I'm going to set it aside and save it if I need it. I'm going to stamp directly onto the card itself, and then if I make a mistake, as I've been known to do, then I have the other piece that I can glue right on top of that if I need to. So that worked out just fine. And I'm going to go around all the edges with my neutral ink, even of the patterned paper, with a makeup sponge, and put them down to glue with the Tombow Mono Multi Glue that, as I've said over and over again, when it dries, it makes the paper become repositionable. So I'll put the glue on, set it aside to dry. Now go back and do a little more stamping. These are some of the leaves in the kit, and I'm putting on different ends of the block, and I'm using 2 different colors of ink, green ink, and going to stamp those off on that scrap piece of paper up there because I'm going to cut them out. So put down the first little bit and then go back and fill in with the little double set of leaves that are right together, one stamp. And once I get those done, I go back and I do it in black because I'm not sure what I want, if I want the black or the green. So I'll have them both to experiment with and then to set aside to use the one I don't use today, I can use another day. So here's the card. I'm bringing in the glued pieces, and this pattern paper is so cute. It's bicycles. It has bicycles, and then the bicycle top part of the card that I just stamped. Then I'm going to put down this black strip in between to make a division, and again with the repositionable glue you can pull that up and down and straighten it as much as you need to. A piece that thin, it's easy to get a wavy line or an unstraight line. So then I'm going to clip off the ends and then bring in the leaves. That's what the black would look like. And then I'll bring in and show you what the green looks like. And tweaking and positioning about where I'd like to put that. And I have a little boo-boo down there at the bottom, a little bit of smeared ink So here I am cutting out just to show you. It's simple cutting because they're straight lines, so it's quick and easy. So I have put the glue on them, decided to go with the green, and then piece by piece put them down. Again, if I change my mind, don't like exactly where they are, I'm going to tweak it. All I have to do is pull them back up and reposition them. And then there's a little double pair of leaves. Twisted my arm around there, so I decided I wanted to move that a little bit and move the double leaves a little bit too. And then the green to cover up that little ink smear down there. And there is the first card. The stamp is so cute, and the paper is so cute, and the off-white paper goes so well. Cardstock, you know, with the pattern paper. The stark white just didn't look the same. So now we're going to go on to card number 2, and I went to pick up that little what I think a terracotta pot for flowers, and one is long and one is short, or not as long. And I went to pick up the long one, and it wasn't there. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it fell out. I haven't used it, or if somehow I dropped it. I don't know. I haven't found it yet, but maybe I will. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is on that. But anyway, so I decided to go ahead and use the 3 little pots stamped in the middle with kind of a terracotta colored ink, and then it makes it easier to line up the other 2 on either side. So now I'm going to use some stems, put that over there on the white paper as a background so you can see the choices that we have. And I'm using 2 of the flower stems with leaves on them, and inking these up with some Simon Says hybrid ink that was in another kit. I think it's called Lucky. And that for the center pot, the 2 outer edges, outer pots, I'm going to use 2 different stems on both of those pots. And this little glass thing that I use, I found at a garage sale or somewhere, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but it looks hand blown. I don't know. It has bubbles in it, but one side is really flat. So I didn't know, but I'm ending up using it for to put my stamps on, and it works really well. It is kind of heavy, but anyway, so if you're wondering what is that, but so I'm stamping these stems off on the outer pots. And now I've got some flowers, and I'm going to use 3 different colors. I put down the orange for those flowers, and I'm going to use a cranberry red on these flowers. I wanted to use, I'm going to use red in the middle, but a bright red, but I wanted to use yellow, orange, and red, but the yellow just doesn't show up enough. So on the center one, I'm using 2 different flowers, and so I'm placing them onto the stems where I would want them to be, and going to set the block down on top, kind of the way you would do with the Misty, and just so that I can line them up. Put the block down on it, onto the sticky side, of course. Ask me how I know. And so then they're ready to go, and I'm going to do the red. For the center flowers. Then it's just a matter of lining them up. And they're done. So now there were some other little dots, centers for the flowers that I decided to use, and one of them has 3 dots, and that's what I'm going to use first. And I'm using the reds for the centers of the orange flowers because they will show up. The other one, the other stamp I have on the back side is just a solid circle or dot. And I go back and restamp that later. It didn't show up too much. Now I'm switching to the black ink for the darker colored flowers. And again, using the 3 dots and the 1 large dot. And having to clean that off just to be sure you don't want to ruin your work at this stage of the game. So it probably wouldn't, but just didn't want to take any chances. And then I go back and restamp that very first that orange flower that had the red, the big dot, because it didn't show up very well, and I wanted to stamp it one more time. So there you have it. I'll zoom in, and it does make a difference. Those little centers do make a difference. So now to finish up the card, I'm going to stamp a sentiment that says, "Sending sunshine your way," with the onyx black ink. I'll stamp several of these and set them aside for another time. I actually end up cutting those apart, but you'll see that. So now I'm going to go around this. I actually intended to stamp this off on the beautiful off-white paper. I kind of started out experimenting on the white, and then I thought, ooh, I don't want to redo it. I like it. So I'm going back and coloring this in to try to match more the off-white paper. I at first started with a very pale yellow ink and thinking it would make the creamy look, but it was too yellow. It didn't match. So I just went back with a neutral ink and just did a very light hand and went all the way around, and it did the trick. It knocked back that white. So here we go with the various pieces, putting on the glue, another 5x7 as I said earlier. Beautiful paper again, this buffalo check, love that color, green. And then pull in the flowers and get them situated. The words, this is where you can see that I cut them apart. And again, I could have gone back in and colored in the letters, and that would have looked good too. But anyway, I'm trying to center those where they look the best, sending sunshine without getting on top of the flower. And another black strip, which makes them a nice pair. And again, if you wanted to make a set of these, it'd make a nice gift to put in a box with some envelopes. So lining up the strip, I will show you how the pieces of the sentiment, sending sunshine, this is what the your way is. So when you cut it apart. So that one is finished. I will zoom in for you and let you see. I did get a few little splatters of ink by the flowers. You may can see that. So I go back and try to cover that up. But all in all, a simple card, but effective. I really like it. And there are the two of them together, and to show just how much alike they are, but then again, how different. And they're both, the stamps and the paper are so cute. Now here's what I use, this Bit Cover It correction fluid. I got it at the dollar store actually. My Jelly Roll pens just don't cover up the ink that well for me. So, but I did want to show up close, if you can pick it up. It does have some texture to it. So I wanted to warn you to practice with it if you try to use it. It does cover up, which is very good. But you have to use a light hand and be careful for the build-up. But here they are. I hope you enjoyed. We give something like this a try. It's great for pattern paper as well as combining it with stamps. So thank you for being here. There's some more videos at the end. I hope you enjoyed, and I appreciate you. Bye-bye.